So, after a hard breakup and one of those revolutionary moments of, will I be alone forever? I decided to join the online world of dating, specifically Tinder. I'd heard a lot about it and was eager to try it out. So, I was kind of intrigued by how quickly conversations were made and how quickly you matched with somebody. It was kind of interesting. It was like, hey, this is easy. So, I was living in Athens at the time, and Athens is kind of a smaller town, especially to have gone through a breakup with somebody. So I started looking into people who maybe lived in a little bit further away towns, but not too far. So I struck up a conversation with this guy named Matt, who lived in Dahlonega, which was about 40 minutes away. We started texting on a Wednesday and made plans to meet up that Friday, which in my character is kind of how I operate. I am a now person, so let's do this now. So we ended up going to meet at a Wild Wing Cafe. Very fancy. Should have been a first red flag, but I love chicken wings and beer, so let's do this. We had some actually decent conversation and things were going well and everything was kind of like flirty and fun, and so it got to the point of the night where you have to make a decision. Are we going to leave like this, or am I going to come back and continue on with our evening? So we decided to do the latter. Second red flag should have been when I asked for his address to put into my GPS, and he didn't know it. He had to look up his most recent Uber ride to give me his address, to which he said had something to do with the fact that he had just moved into this home and he just hadn't memorized the address yet. But whatever, I like to run through red flags, so let's do this. We decided that the best option would be for me to just follow behind him in my vehicle, and can't go wrong there. So as we started pulling out of the parking lot, I noticed that we were just doing circles. One circle around the parking lot. Okay, fine, he missed the turn. 2 circles around the parking lot. This feels weird. 3 circles around the parking lot. Something's up. So I think it was about the 3rd and a half little circle that we've now made. And then his car just pulls over super abruptly. And he just quickly gets out of his vehicle, walks up to mine. I roll the window down and he spews off something about his roommates are in town and he's sorry and bye. And got in his car and drove off. It was jarring. It was so shocking and it was so strange, but it was funny after about a few minutes, after I sat there in the parking lot and realized I don't know what just happened. So I drove back home, and of course after I made it back home, had a few more beers, did a little bit of Facebook investigating. Come to find out, I'm pretty sure I went on a date with a dude who lives at home with his parents. So those roommates that he mentioned were probably mom and dad, and they probably weren't down with having a girl come back home. So I think maybe that's what happened, but guess what? We never spoke again, so I'll never really know what fully happened, but these are just my deductions. So that was really my first laughable experience that I've had with Tinder, but there's been plenty more since then, and they just keep coming. I just keep swiping.